In this video, I will test this super smart indicator strategy that gives 99% of win rate created by quantum trading strategy. To see if it's really this accurate, I will backtest it 100 times with an account, so I set it 1000 with 1 to 1.5 risk-reward ratio for my backtesting. I will use the price indicator setup of Ethereum on a 5-minute time frame. Okay, this strategy consists of 2 indicators, and now let's go and add them to our chart. For the first indicator, let's add the UT bot alert. This indicator right here. Obviously we need to change its settings. So let's set the key value at 2. And the ATR period at 6. Okay, so we can see that this is a really simple to read buy and sell indicator. It does issue pretty good signal sometimes. We see that the very recent trade could have turned out to be a really successful, and by the way, this is going to be our first confirmation indicator, and for the second indicator we will need to add the STC. STC indicator, a better marked by Sean KM. We will need to change the settings on this indicator as well. So first let's change the length from 12 to 80. And the fast length from 26 to 27. In a star section we will need to color these plots. Alright, so the strategy is complete. Now let's get into the trading rules. So here are the rules for entering a long position. First of all, a new buy signal has to be issued by the UT alerts indicator. The STC line has to be positioned below this blue plot. The line also needs to be colored in green and it has to be pointing upwards. And only when we have these conditions met we can safely enter a long position. A stop loss will be set at the recent lowest price. I know the creator of the strategy was using a different money management approach. He basically had multiple take profit targets, but for simplicity purposes, let's just set our take profit target at 1.5 times the risk. The rules for entering a short position are exactly opposite. First of all, a new sell label has to be printed above the price, the STC line has to be positioned above this yellow plot, the line needs to be a red color and it has to be pointing downwards, and if these conditions are met we can enter a short position. The stop loss will be set at the recent highest price and we will be targeting 1.5 times the risk. Okay, let me give you some more examples so you have a better understanding. So let's first start with this buy signal right here. We see the STC indicator confirms this signal. And this trade easily could have triggered a take profit target. This sell signal right here is also valid. And again, we have another winning trade. Okay, so this buy signal is not valid because the STC line is not positioned below this blue plot, so we simply skip this signal. The next signal is confirmed. I think for this strategy we can even money management, use a different money management. You would simply close a winning sell position once you have a buy signal printed on a chart. And we can see that the risk-reward ratio can get up to 41. Okay, this buy signal is also valid. Okay, so this is where we start having some problems with the strategy. So we see that this sell signal was actually confirmed. And we clearly see that this was a losing trade. The next sell signal was also confirmed. And this is where we have another losing trade, so that's 4 wins against 2 losses, which is definitely pretty good. So let's actually do our back testing and see how well this strategy would perform in different market conditions. Okay, so the backtesting is finished and here are the results. So the win rate for the strategy is not 99, it's only 55. Our account size has increased by 104.75% after 100 setups, which tells us that the strategy is definitely making some good money. The profit factor is 1.83 and we had 6 consecutive wins against 3 consecutive losses. So overall I think the strategy is pretty good, and let me actually give you some tips on how to improve it. First of all, I'll try to eliminate trades like this where the overall trend direction is bearish, but the strategy is giving you valid long entries. This is definitely not looking good, and I think in order to filter them out we need to add a good baseline to the chart. For that you can use a whole suite indicator. You can either leave it on default settings or you can even make it a bit slower. I mean, right away we can see that we eliminated these 2 bad signals. We see when the indicator is green color and the price action is above it, we can safely enter a long position. Adding a baseline to the chart is always a good idea because it gives you more safety. Also take a look at how well it eliminated these 2 bad sell signals, because you wouldn't enter a short position when the line is green color. If you don't want to add a baseline to the chart, that's fine, you can add a volume indicator instead. This volatility oscillator is definitely a good tool and it eliminates a lot of losing trades. The long signal would only be valid when the volatility white line is above this upper band, so we can see that this losing by trade was eliminated pretty well. And if we take a look at the second one, we see that the indicator did not agree either. But remember, this volatility oscillator doesn't just eliminate bad trade we see, sometimes it eliminates winning trades as well. But I tried using this indicator with different trading strategies and it pretty much improved all of them. So yeah, having a volume or a volatility indicator on a chart will always make the strategy better. In conclusion, I would say this trading strategy by Quantum Trading Strategies is pretty good. However, if you want to get better results, I would highly suggest you to backtest it with the indicators I just showed you. Okay traders, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.